Hi, welcome. My name is Ava Siu. Today we will practice a gentle Hatha class with a wall. When please get ready with your mat set along at 90 degrees with the wall. When you're ready, maybe bring some blocks as well. Maybe you need 2 blocks. When you're ready, please come close to the wall and stand about half feet or a feet over the wall. Bring your feet at the hip distance or at the mat width. Send your hips down for the Malasana pose. Adjust your stance and the distance between the wall. When you're ready, bring your elbows inside the knees and bring the palms to touch. Check in if you need any support beneath the hip. Maybe you would like to sit on a block or two. Bring yourself comfortable in this pose. Take a moment to arrive for the practice. Keep pressing the knees away from the center. Start noticing the breath. Notice you're practicing yoga. Bring yourself in your thoughts to the mat. Start deepening your breath and send it down to the hip. And exhale through the nose. Take a few more breaths here at your pace. You don't have to change anything. Just keep it as it be. In the inhale, notice you're lengthening in the spine and lengthen in the neck. In the exhale, maybe sink deeper into the pose. Keep breathing. With some props like yoga blocks or chair or a wall, we can practice with the balancing in the body and helping us to gain stability in the balancing poses. And gently remove the blocks if there's any. And bring your palms on the mat, lengthen in the legs. Come into a forward fold, maybe bend into the knees. Maybe lean your stomach on the thighs. Adjust your stance, maybe wider or at the hip distance. Bring some organic movements here to warm up our lower body. Maybe stretching the legs by strengthening and bend into the knees. And gently inhale, come into a flat back, hands on the mat or on the shin. Exhale, fold forward. And inhale all the way, roll yourself up and lengthen your arms up to a mountain pose. Exhale, hands to heart center. Come back and inhale, lengthen in your arms and exhale, fold forward. Lower the knees to the ground, come into a tabletop. Bring your shoulders over the wrist and the hip over the knees. Again, bring some movements here. Maybe lean forward and draw some circles. See what your body needs. Bring some gentle stretch and movements in the wrist and the knees. And gently come to stillness. Flat your feet and bring the big toes together. Bring the knees together and come to a child's pose. Rest your forehead on the ground. Extend your arms long forward. Trying to seat the hip down to the heels. Inhale, come up and walk the hands to the left side. Lengthen into the right side body and breathe into the right lung. When you're ready, lower your forehead and relax into the pose. Keep breathing into the right side and lengthen into the right side body. Keep your both sit bones on the heels. And inhale, come up. Walk the hands to the other side. To the right side. Check in and lengthen here. Lengthen into the left side body. And release the forehead on the ground. Again, grounding both sit bone towards the mat. And breathe into the left side body. Inhale, come up. We'll come into a puppy pose here. Come back to your tabletop with your hip over the knees. Maybe you walk the feet back to touch the wall. And keep your hip in place. Walk the hands forward. And spread the fingers. Start lower your upper body, your chest to the mat. Maybe rest the forehead on the mat. Or maybe rest your chin or even your heart to the mat. Keep opening into the chest. And lengthen into the spine and the shoulders. Maybe rest the elbows, the forearm on the mat. Keep breathing and keep lengthening into the back. Two more deep breaths in. And gently walk your hands back to a tabletop. From your tabletop, extend the right leg out to the hip level. Ground your right foot and sit back. Push your torso to sit back to the left heel. Feel the stretch into the right thigh and the right leg. And inhale, come back to center. Release the leg to tabletop to the other side. Send the left leg out, press into the sole, and send your hip to meet the right heels. Feel the sensation in the left leg, maybe the outer hip, or maybe the inner hip of the left leg. Gently come back to center to a tabletop. Come into a standing pose. Near the wall, we'll do some gentle balancing and legs warm up with the wall. Stand apart, away from the wall about 1 or 2 feet. If you don't need the support, you can start. Bring the hands to the hip. Come into the left side of the tree pose. Lift your ground your all 4 corners and of the right feet. Bring your left feet up and bring it to the inner thigh or on the shin or on the ankle. Your option to stay here. If you're not balancing, you may balance with the right hand on the wall and extend the left hand up. Lengthen into the pose. Keep breathing here. Check in. Arms options. Arms at the heart center or both arms up or one arm up. From your tree pose, bring your knees forward, your thighs parallel to the mat, to the ground. Inhale and exhale, bring the knees outwards to a 90-degree. Again, check your balance. You may balance with your hands on the wall, or maybe you don't need a balance. Just put your hand on the hip and gently bring the left knee back and release the left leg and come to the other side. Maybe turn yourself to face the other side for the balancing. Ground your left leg, engage the left leg, maybe lift the kneecap, ground the all 4 corners of the feet. Come into the right side of the tree pose, lift the right leg and place the right sole inside the left thigh, or maybe left shin or left ankle. Keep opening the knees to the side. Again, your balancing options. Both hands on the heart center, both arms up, or one arm up, and bring your intention and awareness to the lengthening into the left arm, lengthening to the right arm and right side body. Relax the shoulder, lengthen into the spine, and keep breathing. And gently release the arms And release the leg, right leg, bring the knees forward. Right thigh parallel to the mat. And inhale, lengthen in the legs, engage the leg, and exhale, bring the knee turn to 90 degrees. And keep breathing and notice the sensation. And gently bring it forward, bring the knee forward and release from the pose. And from here, you may like to walk your feet a little bit, like 2-3 feet apart from the wall. We do a set of the vinyasa. Bring yourself to the front, facing the front side of the mat. Come to a mountain pose. Ground your feet. Lift your kneecaps. Engage into the thighs. Engage the core. Relax the shoulders. Palms at the side, facing forward. Long spine and long neck. Relax the gaze. Inhale, bring the arms up. And exhale, fold forward. Bend into the knees. Inhale to a flat back. Hands on the mat or on the shin. Exhale, fold forward. Plant your hands, step the left leg to the back. Right leg to the back to a plank. Exhale, knee, chest, and chin down, or your version of chaturanga. Inhale, come up to cobra, baby cobra, or up dog. Tuck the toes, send your hips up and back to a downward dog. Check in with your legs and your shoulders. Extend your arms long. Spread the fingers. Press into the floor. Trying to press the heels down to the mat. Maybe bend into the knees. Maybe straighten one side and to the other side. Check in. Do you need more stretching in the legs? And slowly come to stillness. Bring your right leg up to 3-leg dog. And send the right leg to the front between the hands. Round your back feet to about 45 degrees. Come up to a warrior one. Check in your alignment. Your front knee is bent and front knee over the front ankle. Arms option up or as heart center. Engage into the back leg. Pressing into the outer edge of the back feet. From your warrior one, bring your hands to the wrist, to the hip. Straighten the front leg. Keep your feet where they are. Maybe trying to lean forward for a pyramid pose. And come up. And bend into the knees. Bring the both hands down on the mat. Send the right leg up and come back to a 3-leg dog. Ground your right leg. Your version of vinyasa, or come into a downward dog. Maybe to plank, maybe lower to chaturanga or knee chest chin. Maybe inhale to cobra or baby cobra. And press up and exhale to down dog. Bring your left leg up, extend it to the sky to three-leg dog. Send your left leg to the front. Firm your right feet and bend into the front leg. Come up to the left side of the warrior one. Options for arms up or arms at the hands at heart center. Lengthen and strong legs. Stay in your warrior one. And bring your hands to the hip. Strengthen the front leg. And inhale, lengthening into the spine. Strong legs, active legs. And exhale, bend fold into the front to pyramid pose. Inhale, come back to center. Bring both hands down on the mat. Send your left leg up to three-legged dog. Release the left leg and come back to the front of the mat. Slowly come up, roll yourself up to a mountain pose. Release the hands at the heart center. Bring yourself at the wall apart, away. Bring yourself away, 1 to 2 feet away from the wall. Step the left leg out about 3-4 feet apart. And we'll come into a wide-legged forward fold. Bring the feet parallel to each other. Hands at the hips. And start leaning forward. In the exhale, arms at the ground. Maybe walk the hands towards under the hip. Maybe lower the head and relax the head and the neck. Draw the elbows towards the back side of the body. And walk the hands to the front under the shoulders. Bring your right hand to the midline and inhale, open to the left side. Extend the left arm up for a twist. And exhale, release. Bring the left palm to the midline. Inhale and exhale. Bring the right arm up, twist to the right. Keep breathing and release. Bring your bend into the knees and bring the hand to the hip. Draw yourself up to standing. Turn your right foot to the right, 90 degrees. Send your left heel to the back and turn your hip to facing towards the front of the mat or the wall. Adjust your stance. Maybe you need a wider stance for balance. Straighten into the front and back leg. Ground all corners of the feet. Inhale and exhale, lean forward for another pyramid. In this pyramid, let's bring the hands to the wall. Adjust your distance to the wall. so that you can lean the hands, place the palms on the wall. Maybe with the arms balancing on the wall, lean your torso more forward to the mat. When keep lengthening into the spine. Maybe inhale, lengthen into the spine, and exhale, fold into the pose. Fold from the lower spine, fold from the hip, and keep lengthen into the spine and neck. Maybe gaze down. Check in where you are. Maybe you can bring the hands to the ground, or maybe you bring a block to bring the palms to the blocks. And gently, with your hands, walk up the wall and bring yourself up to standing. Turn your feet to the long side of the mat. Come into a wide-legged pose. From here, bring your right feet to meet your left, and send your left leg apart to 3-4 feet apart. Again, turn your left feet towards the wall or the short side of the mat, and bring your back heels pointing to the bottom right corner of the mat. Turn your torso to face the wall. Bend into the front knee. Come into a warrior one stance. Check in your front knee and toes pointing towards the front, the back, feet pressing in all 4 corners. From warrior one, bring your hands forward. We'll come into a warrior 3. Lift your back leg and bring your weight to the front leg. Maybe stay here, or maybe lean on the wall. Again, adjust your stance to meet the wall. Use the wall to bring yourself into a warrior 3. Extend arms long, legs long, strong leg on the ground. Check in if you can lift the arms. Bring the arms back to a airplane arms. Or maybe lean forward to a supported warrior 3 pose. Bring your left feet to meet the right, and come back to a standing pose. 好熱啊，都冇風嘅。And we will come into the other side. In this side, I will face, come into standing apart, away from the wall about 1 or 2 feet. Bring your right leg out about 3-4 feet to come into right leg pose. Engage the legs. Bring your hands to the hip and inhale, lengthen into the spine. Exhale, lean forward. Bring your palms to the ground for a forward fold. Maybe bend into the arms. Maybe walk the palms under the hip, pointing the elbows towards the back. And inhale for a flat back. Bring the left palm on the midline. Inhale, lengthen, and exhale, extend the right arm up for a twist, or maybe at the hip. Keep breathing, and exhale, release the arms. Right arm on the bottom on the mat, and extend the left arm up for a twist. Options for the hand, maybe extending the arms to the sky, maybe the hands on the hip, and gently release. Bend into the knees, bring yourself up to a standing pose. Turn your left feet to the wall, and bring your right ankle out towards the back corner of the mat. Come into a pyramid preparation, like adjust the stance. It may be a wider stance. Inhale, lengthen into the spine, strong legs, and exhale, lean forward for pyramid. Again, you may use the blocks, maybe a supported pyramid with the wall. Check in, you may stay here or walk the hands on the mat. If your knees are tight, maybe bend into the knee. Keep lowering your torso towards the mat. Keep the spine long. And gently come back up to a bend into the the front knee to a warrior one pose. Engage in the back leg. Bring your front knee stacking over the ankle. You're now facing the wall. Lengthening into both legs and turn into the long side of the mat. It should be your right side of the mat. Bring your left leg to meet the right, and bring your right leg apart 3-4 feet apart. And again, turn your left feet to 90 degrees. Your back heels to the outer edge. Turn your torso facing the wall or to the short side, to the front of the mat. Bend into the left knee to come into a warrior one pose again. From this warrior one, we'll prepare for the warrior three. Options: supported warrior three with the wall, or airplane arms pointing towards the back, or arms forward Come into your options of the warrior three. Lift your back leg and balance into your left leg. Options to lean forward. Maybe you need to adjust the stance and lift with your arm from your warrior one. Come into your version of warrior three. Maybe arms back, maybe arms forward to the wall. Keep lengthen from the hands to the toes. Engage into the left leg. Maybe micro bend into the left knee. But keep pressing down with the feet. And gently release the left leg to meet the right leg to meet the left. Come back to a standing pose. This is a quick asana practice with a wall that you can use to balance, to bring some balance into your practice. And from here we will come into a seat. Prepare for the plow pose. Just maybe sit in the bottom part of the mat and start lay on your back. Prepare for the plow pose. Bring your knees up, bring your legs up. Maybe stay here for a few breaths. Maybe when you're ready, lift the hip and send the legs back. Use the arms to press down to the mat. When you're stable, bring your hands to support your hip area. Check in. If your legs are hanging in the air, which is fine, or maybe bring your legs to the wall. Again, adjust your distance towards the wall. Maybe bring your feet leaned on the wall. Keep pressing down with your elbows supporting your lower back. Lengthen into the chin and the neck. Do not press into the neck. Maybe you can bring your feet on the mat whenever you are. Stay for a few breaths here. Take some deep breath in and deep breath out. Engage into the legs. If you're leaning on the wall, press into the wall with your feet. Two more breaths. And gently, with control, with your arms and hands, bring your back on the mat and lower the legs on the mat. Take a few breaths here to settle. And we will do some few poses to cool down the body with the wall, and we'll come into a Shavasana. Bring yourself facing a seat facing the wall, maybe 3 feet apart from the wall, and lay down on your back. We'll come into a wall figure 4. Bring your left feet on the wall and right ankle over the left knee. Adjust your distance to the wall, maybe closer, maybe further. Stay here. When you're ready, stay for a moment. Maybe you rest the arms on the ground, soften into the legs. Let the wall help you to cool down the body. And gently release and switch to the other side. Press your right sole onto the wall. Bring your left ankle over the right knee. Send your left knee away from your torso. Again, adjust your distance to the wall. Maybe go closer or maybe further. You may need to adjust to the left and the right side body because they may not be the same. Release and relax into the body. And release the left leg. Bring your feet closer to the wall. We are coming into a wall butterfly pose. Adjust. Maybe you need further away from the wall. Bring your soles together and lean on the wall. Your knees apart to a butterfly pose. Let the feet drop. Maybe your hands supporting the thigh. Maybe bring in some blocks to support the legs and the thigh that you can relax into the pose. Before we go into Shavasana, we will do a option for you, legs up the wall or a wide leg version of legs up the wall. You may bring the hips to touch the wall, maybe leave a little distance between the wall. Options to stay with the legs straight for legs up the wall, or if you like to stretch the inner thighs, you may start bring the legs apart to with control. Spread the legs apart to a wide leg version of a wide leg stretching with the wall. Options to feel to fit into your body. Again, you may use the blocks to support so that you can control the intensity and the feeling to your body. You stay 5 more breaths here. Take some deep breath into where you're feeling the sensation. You may start soften the gaze and soften the torso, soften into the lower back, the chest, the shoulders. And gently, if you're in the wide leg position, walk the legs back. If you're in the legs of the wall, bring your legs to one side and turn yourself back and come back to a supine position, your version of Shavasana. Maybe sit on a comfortable seat in meditation position or lay down on a Shavasana pose. Options for you. If you're laying down, bring the feet apart at the mat distance, palms up a side of the body. Maybe soften into the gaze. Maybe close the eyes. Bring your awareness to the breath. Soften into the eyebrows, the eyes, your face. Relax the shoulders and neck. Relax the palms and fingers. Relax the hips. Relax the right leg, the right ankle, the right feet. Relax the left leg, the left ankle, the left feet. Relax the whole body. Relax the whole body. Start, bring some movements to the ankles, the toes, your fingers. Draw some wrist circles, some ankle circles. With the eyes closed or soften the gaze, gently turn yourself to the right side. And slowly bring yourself up to a comfortable seat. Bring the palms together and start rubbing the palms to create some heat. Bring the palms to cover the eyes. Open the eyes inside the palms and release. Bring the palms to heart center. Thank you for practicing with me again. You're welcome to use any props in your practice. I would like to ask the students to bring 2 or 3 blocks in their practice, in every practice. You may use a chair or the wall. Thank you for practicing, and namaste.